Too slow. Not sure what that means. Hey guys, how are you? This is Carlos with Gonzalez Design and Photography. I wanted to take a few minutes of your time to walk you through a simple setup of our Switcher Studio for live and mobile streaming. So I want to show you, again, a behind the scenes sort of look at the setup itself, some of the switches that are taking place, some of the equipment, and how to integrate that with your sort of day-to-day use for either presentations, trainings, whatever, really, whatever you like this day and age. Everybody's live streaming, so this could be a pretty cool setup for those of you that are interested in. So without further ado, let's dive into what the setup looks like. First off, what I want to show you is a little bit of how this is all controlled. So here what you have is the iPad Pro that I'm currently utilizing. It gives me an opportunity to sort of demonstrate you the different cameras and angles that you can set up. So what you have now is you have this current setup, which is an iPhone. You also have this setup here in front of me. This is an iPad with the iOgrapher case for the iPad minis. I'm going to switch it over to look back at me to demonstrate the iPhone itself. This is an iPhone 6s Plus, also with its iOgrapher case as well, and it's got an opportunity for you to hang either mics or lights here as desired, or place on a tripod if needed. Another cool device here that I'm going to switch over to is how am I getting this sound out to you all? And this sound's being transmitted to you all presently, and probably a little staticky, through this Zoom H6 device. It allows us to bring in 2 different channels on one end, 2 on the other, and then ultimately 2 more for left and right. So 6 different channels that you can bring in either through XLR or whatever that other cable is. We can monitor sort of our mixer here, how that is sounding. I've got it going out into the iPad Pro, and also monitoring its sound here through headphones that I'm wearing in the ears, which is pretty cool because then this allows you to monitor your sound and adjust on the fly. Again, this morning what I'm experiencing is a little trouble with. Sorry, I thought I had switched over. This morning what I'm experiencing is a little trouble with the static that is coming out of this device. For some reason, the Zoom H6 is not playing nice this morning with my lav mic. As a demonstration, I'm going to switch over to regular XLR mic. Immediately tell the difference of the static. So I'm not entirely sure what the issue is as it relates to the sound that's being inputted into the iPad. I do know, however, that the Zoom H6 is an amazing recorder. So I'm also recording this as we're talking. Let me just press record so I remember. And I'll show you guys different in post-production, show you the difference between the live feed through the Zoom H6 and the recorded feed. The sound as it's recorded is amazing. So I definitely would suggest that you get your hands on a Zoom H6 for recording purposes, but probably not for live streaming because, again, it's going to give you that static. Another thing that I wanted to sort of show you as I put this mic down and switch back over to the lav. Again, apologies for the static. Perfect. And that's going to be sort of the other equipment setup that you can do here. So one thing that I'm doing here is I'm monitoring the live feed my stream health is very poor, so hopefully you guys are getting this properly. I got to check my Wi-Fi connection. But I wanted to show you that particular opportunity. So through the Switcher Studio Pro, I am able to switch back and forth between either my camera A, camera B, a screenshot, and also, again, sort of like a fourth shot here from the switching device. But what I wanted to show you is just a quick walk around and a look around the room just to show you a pretty cool thing, which is additionally to all of this stuff, you can connect your, and I'm using my kids' room here as a quick setup here. Again, this is all for mobile shooting, so you can take any of this equipment. But what I have here in front of you is we're looking at a quick little LCD connected to an Apple TV. And what's cool about the Switcher Studio is that you can easily stream through screen mirroring AirPlay onto a different screen. And this is pretty cool because then you can put it anywhere throughout the room. Other folks can help you sort of monitor. You can monitor it yourself. So I wanted to put this together because I had put together a diagram for a quick group that, and I'm also playing with the computer here, but what I want to show you is I had put together this diagram on how you can use your iOS device for live streaming. And so here's a quick little look or rundown of the diagram, and let's see if I can make this bigger here for our viewing pleasure. And so what you can see here is the way the setup works is you've got your main iPad as a director of mixer. That in and of itself can then, through the Wi-Fi connection, bring in the screen image from an iMac or a MacBook, any Apple device really. At the same time, you can bring in a feed from your iPhone, your iPod, again through Wi-Fi, and then also through like an iPad device. All of this stuff, I recommend that you hook it up to AC power to ensure that if you are going to do long and live streaming, that you are able to ensure that your device has got enough juice to stream. And then here on the lower right, you can see sort of like a quick audio mix. So I have the XLR mic handheld, and then you've got your lav mic that currently I am connecting into the Zoom H6, but you can connect this into any kind of mixer as long as you're bringing that audio mix back into the iPad through a TRRS cable. Without the cable, you will find that it's difficult for how do you call that, for this Switcher Studio, or actually just any iOS device. It's difficult for them to bring in that microphone, as the microphone is really only on the TRRS. Well, I hope this was of good use to those of you watching. Please stay tuned. I definitely plan on putting out more video and getting more in depth in regards to what this content is all about, what the devices are all about, better understanding what these devices are all about, and putting it all out there for you all to sort of benefit, apply as needed. If there are any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you if this is something that is of interest to you. Switching back here again, one of the challenging things here is that I'm currently doing this setup as a one-man show, so trying to speak to the camera while at the same time trying to attend to the switcher board here can be difficult. So as you can tell, I was sitting here thinking I was speaking to the camera earlier and just totally forgot that I needed to switch the shot over. What's cool also is, I'm going to show you really quick before I go here, the interface for Switcher Studio. As long as my camera lets me connect. Give me 1 second here. I seem to have lost that connection. One thing to remember is if you're using your devices, make sure that you put them in either airplane mode so that if calls or emails do come in, that transmission isn't interrupted. You guys probably heard earlier that phone was ringing, and as a result of that phone ringing, I lost the connection to this particular stream. So maybe I can make a different video to demonstrate how the interface for Switcher Studio works, because it's pretty cool, it's pretty intuitive. It allows me to bring in shots, bring in lower thirds, bring in images, videos, as desired. Again, if there are any questions, I want to thank you guys for your time. Sorry, this is really our first attempt at putting something out there for you all. Hoping you liked the video, hoping at least you're somewhat interested. Let me know in the comments below. Give us a quick thumbs up. And remember, subscribe to this channel for more updates, more information that will be coming on a regular basis. Again, thank you all for your time, and